Thank you very much, Comrade Chima, for coming on the show. How are you doing today?
Fine, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for hosting me too.
It's a pleasure. Let's quickly talk about dividend of democracy. Every year or every election period, politicians line up or come up with a strategy or developmental strategy if elected into office, which is termed dividend of democracy. Now, we're going to boil our discussion, bring it down to Bwari Area Council. So far for you, you have been a resident of Bwari Area Council for quite a long time now. What would you say, what would you rate Bwari Area, the dividend of democracy as far as the election, the local government is concerned?
Well, to be honest, I will not rate them high. I don't want to be specific, but I will rate it low if I have to be truthful. And why will I rate it low? Local government election is one of the most important elections that Nigerians should take serious. And we need a lot of sensitization to actually educate our people that the local government is that arm that is so close to the people. People call it grassroots politicking.
Okay.
But I would like it or not, the grassroots still have the reservoir of people who are actually in need of the dividends of democracy. Better put, the grassroots have the highest number of the populace. So when you look at the pyramids, they are the base. So is a basic for you, or the dividends of democracy is a metric to actually assess governance delivery for them. So it's something that we should take serious. It's not actually we sitting, actually complaining about the federal government without actually having a closer look about that one that is closer to us. And that is the only basics for you to measure progress or governance delivery service to the people. Coming closer to here where we are today in Bwari Area Council, FCT Abuja. Okay, now let's take for example this year 2025. We have an estimated budget of 27.7 billion. Let's be truthful to ourselves. Where is that money in Bwari Area Council today? What are the things?
It could be that the government of the day has used it for to impact social development, like to develop individual, not really the roads, the infrastructural development. Maybe developing. Maybe they invested it in school. Of course, if they invest it in school, maybe to develop individual capacity. Human capital development, that's what I'm talking about now. You may not see it immediately. It could be in the next 5-10 years. That's when you get to see when it comes to human capital development.
I quite disagree with you on that. It's an illusion. We are still here, not that we are living in sky. All of us are here. If such things are happening, we can't be outside the box. We are here with them. But let me tell you, from the presentation of the budgets, the Honorable Chairman told us categorically clear that there's 2 billion budget for capital development and 7.4 billion for recurrent expenditure. From the foundation, there's a default already. You can't take chockload of money, you put it into recurrent expenditure, trying to service your liability, and you are telling me that there's progress? Sir, when you want to discuss progress, there are metrics. These are visible things. Let's take a critical example. The abandoned Kogo Road, the road that links from the T-junction down to, what is it called?
Defense College.
Defense College. For over a year. And this has spanned since 2024 to what? 2025.
2025
It's still abandoned as I speak as of today. So these are things that we can't deceive ourselves. It's a mere illusion. The dividends of democracy they give to us when they want to come to power are bogus promises. But when they go there, at the end of the day, it's a mess. Not only in Bwari Area Council, entirely, the country as a nation, we have to review service delivery, governance delivery, leadership from the grassroots. That from our councillors. We need to be holding them accountable.
But this road you just mentioned from T Junction, Bwari to Defense College, have you inquired to know if the fault, the inability to complete this road, if it's actually the fault of the council or the fault of the contractor? Because over time we've heard where a contractor gets a contract and he disappears into the thin air with the money, and the road is not completed. So wouldn't it be fair if we get to know if we don't just conclude or if it is the fault of the contractor?
Okay, now let me come in now. As a leader and as an executive chairman of the council, if that road is completed today, who takes the glory?
The chairman. The chairman of the council. If
you'll be comfortable to take the glory, you should be comfortable to take the blame. Everything stops at your desk. You are telling me issue of a contractor.
No, I'm not saying it is so. I'm just saying it could be.
There are standards to award contracts. You can't award contract based on favoritism. You can't award contract based on sentiment. And you are here telling me it's contractor. Is the company you awarded the contract qualifying in the first instance? And there are metrics to check if they are qualified. Do they have the financial buoyancy? Do they even have an address? You can't call your friend from the backyard and you give him a contract that worth billion of naira and he ran away and you say you are handicapped. Didn't we have the EFCC? Didn't we have the ICPC? And what is the work of the Nigerian police if it becomes a criminal case? So at the end of the day, the buckload of this discussion rests on the decks of the chairman Bwari Area Council in the person of Honorable Dr. John Gabaya. So from all indication, it's a very straightforward discussion. It's a very straightforward analysis. You are the chairman of the council. You are the one that approved the the contract. If the contract has stayed for over a year, which your promise that is something that will just take a couple of months, and we are a year. And as I speak to you, the residents, those who ply that road every day, are complaining. There's a video trending on the platform of the New Bwari Frontier depicting the ugly state of that road as we speak. Accidents have been happening. We have issues of water entering people's shop just because the drainage are not properly completed. We still have issues. Okay, now we are going into dry season where dogs will be coming in. Last year somebody fainted, collapsed in that the same road because of inhalation.
Asthmatic patient who find
and you are comfortable. My question I have to ask him: state your conscience. The day you take the position of leadership, there's a covenant between you and your God. Except you want to fail your God and fail your people. That aside.
But you as the president, the director general of the New Bwari Frontiers, going by your name, how often have you engaged the chairman on this road abandonment? Because your voice seems to be louder, and most of these politicians listening to louder voices. So how often have you engaged him in talk for him to bring it to his know?
Yes, I want to first of all establish something that the New Bwari Frontier stands for. Who then is the New Bwari Frontiers? We are assemblage of young, patriotic Nigerians who are deeply committed for advocacy for good governance delivery, especially in the grassroots. We have been advocating for good governance beyond the road issue. But you know one thing about our nation, about our country, when you advocate for change, the people in government sees you as an enemy. But this is a constructive criticism. The road does not know whether you are an APC, whether you are a PDP, whether you are an ABGA member. The road does not know whether you are even a Christian or whether you are a Muslim. But it's so unfortunate that in the heat of criticism, somebody somewhere will be defending him. And that person will not come with a heart of purity or sincerity of purpose, but he'll be coming from the point that, why are you challenging my boss? Why do you want to demarket my, our government? That have been our challenge. But the thing still remains. We are in the side of truth. We'll keep on speaking the truth. At least for the sake of our covenant with our God, and also for the sake of our people. Because that road have plied it over time. And I will not lie to you, it's not palatable. Ask him now as the chairman, when last did he ply that road? And we made a research. And we discovered that there was a time the shop occupant in that vicinity wanted to stand up and do a protest as regard to this. The same them have to call the police, have to call some of the traditional rulers of Kogo, and threaten people that if you come out for protest, we'll deal with you. We do this. You can see the problem I have with democracy.
Even at that national level, it is the same thing. The same thing applies. You know, the government don't seems to be scared of a protest and or that maybe because of protest hijackers. Because sometimes some persons over time, especially from from 2020, let's say 2021 till now, the way protest goes in Nigeria there's an ugly face that has been attached to it. Project hijackers.
Let me tell you, every regime is scared of protests. We should not hide under the illusion of hijackers. This protest I'm talking about dated beyond 2021. The likes of Fela have been protesting in this country. The likes of Femi Gani, they have been protesting. No regime sees protest or criticism as palatable. And when you talk about hijackers, I will tell you for free, sir, every hijacker you see in protest is being sponsored by the regime in government. If protest is peaceful, so what is your problem? But nobody, that's what I'm telling you, we have been advocating for good governance, but no government in regime or in power that will be comfortable to accept your criticism. Even as we are talking now, they might view it, it's just demarketing us. But beyond that, I'm an activist who is committed to truth. So I will always speak my mind and speak my truth.
But aside the criticism now, where had the chairman gotten it right in terms of road construction over the second? This is the second tenure is about to elapse in few weeks, in few months now. His second tenure in office will elapse. Can you point at least one or two things he has done?
Yes,
the road?
as I said earlier on, he knows me and I know him. We brought them to power. We worked for it, and he can't deny that fact. At the first tenure, he delivered. I can't lie on that. He brought the market road. He brought the Sabungeri road. These are two core areas in Bwari Township, issues that was burning at that point of election. I spoke for him in different media outlets. We wrote even in print too.
Okay.
I'm coming. In that first tenure, they did that. But after the first tenure, it seems in all the second tenure as an illusion to compensate either his personal pockets, which is left for him. But whether we like it or not, we're on the path of truth. And it's not something personal. The roads are there. Go to Barangoni today. The roads are bad. Okay, now, the one they even did, let's call the senator who represents us, this Senator Philip Adu, that I represented before. As I speak to you, the roads are bad. Imagine not even up to 4 years. Who are we deceiving? I'm coming, sir. Who then are we deceiving? You give an approval of a road that will not span for a year. Rain will fall, we wipe out the road, and you expect me to clap for you? This is why we have a media outlet like this, to conscientize our people, to tell our people we can no longer be deceived. You can't come and do road even before your tenure, the road are wiped out. Go to the road that links Sabungeri down to Tudunfulani. That road is completely wiped out. Who did it? It's the Senator Philip Aduda under constituency project. Go back to the one that connects Saki, the Royal Fathers roundabout down to Zuma. That road is dead as we speak to you. So at the end of the day, who are we deceiving? So, and this thing goes beyond Bwari Area Council. It's a national issue. Our projects are substandards.
But could it be the fault of the contractors or the fault of the awardees of the contract?
Sir, if we want to tell ourselves truths in this country, a lot of things are systematically wrong. A lot of politicians, be it even civil service, go there, see the politicking that happens. You see somebody, we approve a project of 20 billion. Only kickback will be 10 billion. We can't lie to ourselves. These are things that are happening in this country. So when you are compromised in the process, what do you expect? There's no integrity on your part to actually enforce the proper implementation of such project. So what do you expect? You can't color it. That is just the bitter truth. The system itself is corrupt. And as I tell you, corruption have eaten into the deep fabrics of our country. But do you know the twist? The twist still remains that even the populace, who is meant to hold the leaders accountable, are the one defending them. Irony of life. I should be holding you accountable that you give me a substandard road. I should be holding you accountable that you are looting my money. But you see them defending them. Okay,
in Nigeria, they said that when corruption favors you, it's grace. But when it doesn't favor you, you call it corruption.
So, but they said that what even brought corruption in the first instance? Are you getting the point? Before we talk of who does it favor, who does not favor, that is a fundamental problem. That should be addressed.
Okay, comrade. Even though some of these roads you mentioned are substandard, there are some area in Bwari Area Council that is even praying for the substandard road. You understand? If it could be done, let's be patching the road, even if it's bad. The road like Sabongeri to Kubwa. I believe in my heart that those living in that axis maybe in their quiet place or in their closet praying to God, please, God, touch the heart of this politician to even give us a road. Just do bridge for us, do road that will link Kubwa to ease this traffic and make life easier for us, so to speak. You understand? So this road, I want you in your voice, your loud voice, as the DG of Bwari Frontiers, New Bwari Frontier, please, can you talk to the electorate, the politicians? Remind them of this road, please.
Okay, now, before I go into that, I want to make a little correction. We are in a pathetic situation in this country. But let me emphasize on Bwari Area Council. Our mindset has been clouded. We are like a people who have been conquered. We are like a people who are slaves, even in chain, thinking that we are decorated with flowers. To be honest, it's so pathetic that somebody somewhere will even be begging for substandard road, and he feels that is an achievement. Is a mindset error, sir. Why? Because we have been so much improvised that anything you see, you just want to run after it. We have been so much punished. We have been so much deprived of good governance, and almost the entire population is in a box thinking in the same pattern. But the biggest challenge still remains. If you dare among the boss to think outside the box, you become a threat to majority of people. What will challenge you? Why are you fighting this man? Even some we hold brief for their leaders they have not even known. You begin to wonder, am I agitating or am I advocating for good governance for myself? If the roads are good, is it only me that will apply the road?
No.
But you see, somebody will tell you that he have tried, allow him. It's a mindset default. In the words of Heli Killer, she said something. He said the worst form of blindness, the worst form of blindness is not the blindness of the eyes, it's the blindness of the mind. The media have role to play. If at all our National Orientation Agency is doing properly, we have a major role to play to conscientize our electorate, to conscientize the voters, the voting population, to conscientize all citizens that this is your right. Demanding for good governance is your right. It's not the issue of whether it's my brother, it's not the issue whether it's my father. It benefits all. Don't hold brief for any politician. Don't hold brief for any. Even though you are benefiting from it, the road, it can kill your brother. It can kill you if the roads are bad. Accident does not know whether you're a Christian or Muslim.
Exactly.
So please and please, we have a major work to do. Even in Bwari Area Council, in this forthcoming election, we are telling our people, don't vote along religious line. Don't vote along ethnicity line. Vote based on merits. And this is one of the issues I have with democracy. On the demerit of democracy, in my personal assessment, is simple. They say democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Literally, it's government of majority over what? Minority. But hear me. If the majority are fools, for example, if the majorities are not informed, certainly they will vote fool to lead the minority who are smart. It's a demerit in Africa. And I feel, even though we are yet to come up with a proposal, but I feel we are not yet ripe
for democracy.
For democracy.
So what system of government are we ripe for?
That is why I'm said we are working on that research where I will come back to propose it to you. But to be honest, the essence of education is this. When you are educated, you bring ideas. You domesticate the ideas based on the peculiarity of your situation. That is an educated mind. But our education is we copy. Whatever the wise do, whatever Britain do, whatever Israel do, we just copy, bring it, just copy and paste in the Nigerian sector. A lot of factors are not permissible. A lot of factors we discredit these policies. But our education is just copy and paste. And that is to tell you that even our minds, the educated mind, our professors have been captured. The liberation is
you're right. You're right. If a professor could agree to rig election for someone who is probably a secondary school graduate. I'm not trying to demerit anyone or try to bring anyone's educational qualification down. But if a professor could go as low as rigging election for someone in that level, then your statement is a statement of fact.
I have a lot of indices, a lot of scenarios to actually prove my point. But today will not be enough for us. It is embarrassing. Take for example 2020 COVID era. You had lockdown in Britain, you brought it to Nigeria. Lockdown because CNN is carrying lockdown. In a system where we don't have biometric capturing. In a system where we have a lot of things going wrong. In a system where we have majority of the populace who depend on wages. They have to go and work in the morning. That is why we have evening markets. They come back to access food through the evening market, and you are saying lockdown. The essence of education is actually to free our minds. But it's different. Okay, now let me come in here. One of the basic things I established, like from your lending my voice, I think I want to use this medium to call on the Minister of FCT, the person of
Nyesom
Wike. He has been delivering when it comes to project delivery. The only place I fought him, and I'm still saying it publicly, is the angle of the costs. The costs
of the road.
The cost of the projects. Sometimes they are on the high side. You begin to wonder, just like the one that just gave us a controversy. That is what is it called? The International Conference Center. 39 billion for renovation, not building new one. But nevertheless, I've established my point that they should look into the costing of this project, and we are calling on him since he's our FCT minister. We are holding him accountable, and we are at the same time calling on him to link that road from Sabongeri to Kubwa. Do you know why? It's going to ease traffic in our already busy roads.
Sabongeri Bwari to Kubwa.
Yeah, it's going to ease traffic. It's going to ease the burden of people living in that that have to pass through this long process to go there. It's a win-win for FCT. It's a win-win for him at the same time. So I'm using this medium to call upon him, and at the same time to also call upon the current chairman to prevail on the minister too, and see how they work as synergy to connect this road linking Sabongeri to Kubwa. It's a win-win for us as a people.
Thank you very much, Comrade Emeka Chima. for coming on the show. Viewers, this is where we'll call it a wrap on Polithink on YC Studio 1212. I've been speaking with Comrade Kenneth Emeka Chima. He's the Director General New Bwari Frontiers. And until I come your way next week with a fresh edition of the program, my name is Toskimba. Until then, have a nice day. Comrade.